That is what we want on the event next time in Europe. Because believe me, Europe is a very important market. It will grow and grow and grow, especially this coming year. I think all the markets will flourish and become bigger and bigger. Do you know the reason why? Okay, I'll tell you the reason. There is one more year, or actually less than one more year. That means about 355 days to go before the coin reaches the public market, where we can buy and sell, doesn't matter who you are. So if we have these days left, every day counts. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So what do we do in 355 days? We actually squeeze out every single hour, every single day, and try and make it the biggest success ever. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'm here because of you. If nobody believed in this project, if nobody believed in cryptocurrency, nobody would actually sit here listening to this event today. The good thing is that you do believe in this. Dr. Rusha believes in this. I believe in this. Over 3 million people believe in this. Now we have the time and the chance to really get more people to believe in this. Because once the coin is out there, we can't talk about education in cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency projects anymore, because we are the pioneers who actually started mining the coin. So what I like to call us is not maybe only, pioneers or network marketing people. We are actually called supply. Okay? We are the supply of the coin. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you have one single coin, or if you have, for example, 1 million coins, it depends how big of supply you want to be. Now, of course, if I had a cartoon character here and I called him Supply, if he had many coins, he'd be very fat and happy. If he only had a little bit of coins, he'll be very scared, because once you can sell coins to the general public and follow the price of the coin in the market, you will realize why you joined this project. Okay? It's not very difficult. Basic mathematics. So I think that it's very important that we take our time and we value it. It's not important to do other things for the next 355 days. Because this is the time you have. Then it's over. Do you understand how precious this time is? It's really precious. So if you want to make a big change to yourselves, to your families, and to your teams, really start talking about time. How important time is. And also I think that if time is important, goals are also important. Because if we don't have goals, we'll never achieve them. So for example, for me in the beginning, when I was speaking to about 10 people about this one life, about cryptocurrency, about education, my goal was to say, okay, how many people per day am I supposed to speak to get momentum into the market? Of course, I've been doing network marketing for quite a while, so I do know people who know many people. So it was a little bit easier for me, maybe, than for new people coming in the system who don't have experience in network marketing. But if you do it very basic in your head, if you're going to get, for example, 2 new team members every day into your team, how many people do you have to speak to every day? Well, I'm not sure if you know this basic kind of multi-level marketing, network marketing philosophy, where you make a name list and you start calling people and you say, hey, listen to me, I have 355 days left to tell you what the hell I'm doing. I only have 355 days left. I don't care if you're sick, I don't care if whoever needs more attention than me right now, but you need to meet me and you are going to buy the coffee this time, not me. Because you're giving them the opportunity of a lifetime. And every day is counting. So think about that. And really, when you leave this event today, you need to start getting some real action into your game. Your game needs to change. Why is that? Because you only have 355 days to go. So if God called you and said you have 355 days to live, which happens for a few people, unfortunate people, I think they make the best of their day every single day. That's a bit how we have it right now. 355 days to go before this coin floats onto the public exchange, and you are the supply of the coin. You follow the price in the market, and you will sell the coin according to the rules and regulations of the exchange. So the exchange that we had in the past, called XCoinX, was a very, very basic platform only for you guys to kind of understand how this cryptocurrency works. That is not the platform that this coin is going to be traded on. Do you understand? Yeah. So this is an exchange for the whole world. This exchange needs to have a license behind it. Any exchange today who trades multiple cryptocurrencies or one cryptocurrencies need a license. So the governments around the world have become more professional in regulating this market. So we're very happy for that. Very, very happy. In the beginning it was more difficult because people did maybe not believe in cryptocurrency. What is Bitcoin? It's an anonymous coin. Who is behind this? Nobody. Okay? With us, we know who is behind this. It's real people, real faces. And we believe transparency, know your customer, are the way to do this. This is the way to do it. Transparency and KYC is the only way for any transaction in the world. And I think that in 355 days, you will see a complete project come alive. It's quite difficult, of course, to look into a crystal ball and say, oh, this will be the price of the coin. That's not how it works. Basically, in 355 days, we are a startup. Even though we've been working for 3 years now, really hard, 24 hours a day, in multiple markets, multiple continents, we are a startup in 355 days. And why is that? Because once the coin is on the exchange, we as supply, we need to support our coin if we want to have a price that goes high. So the more merchants we have in DealShaker, for example, the more circulation of coins. The more circulation of coins, the higher the demand will be in the market. Do you understand that? Yes. Basic economics. Now, if we can support the coin by building more and more merchants, also the DealShaker platform will evolve. Functionality, customer support, and all these good things to make sure that we are the biggest cryptocurrency merchant platform. Okay? There's no other platform out there today who does this with online merchants. Some of the big ones like Amazon, eBay, they say, yeah, we're starting to accept Bitcoin. But that doesn't make them the biggest crypto merchant platform. We started with our own cryptocurrency, and we started with our own merchant platform, and today we have about 50,000 merchants. So I believe in your daily goal, not only adding team members is important. I believe having a philosophy of saying, how many merchants in my local area should I add on to DealShaker?
Yeah.
Because without you and your local area, we won't have a very strong merchant platform. You want to be able to see yourselves maybe in a year from now or 2 years from now, where the DealShaker platform covers most of the merchants in your local region. That could even be in your local little city or town, where you say, okay, I did about 80% of these merchants on this platform in my local town. Because if you own those merchants, you will see what happens to your residual commission. There is something that when you add people to the merchant platform, to the DealShaker platform, of course you're supporting the general strength of the coin. But later down the line, do you think One Life has stopped after the coin goes on a public exchange?
No.
No. We continue and continue and continue to grow as a One Life network. 3 million members is nothing, okay? We're talking probably in the next 2 to 3 years from now, 5, 10, 15 million people around the globe, especially with such a strong concept as DealShaker. And then remember that DealShaker today is in its very basic stage. There is already a roadmap that was done a long time ago where DealShaker has its own life. It becomes its own company and it becomes a very, very big platform. So you have to understand that those merchants that are on there today, they are the pioneering merchants on DealShaker. They also need to see that it works when the coin goes public, and they will for sure. That is actually when the merchants also can really use the liquidity of the coin to boost their cash flow in their normal business. So what I see as a vision for this is not only OneCoin, the cryptocurrency, DealShaker with online merchants, but I see a vision where we, in our daily lives, for example, buying coffee, whatever we do on a daily basis, which is spending normally, is that we're using our coin. So there's no reason why you cannot pull up your phone in a year or so from now, and you're in your local area, and you're having lunch, for example, and you're paying that lunch with OneCoin. There's no reason why that cannot happen. The only reason why it will not happen is because of us. Not because of the company. The company will not do it for you. The company will provide all the technology for you to be able to go and sign up merchants. Do you agree?
Yes.
And the company will also give you a thank you as a kickback in coins for signing up merchants. So this is what I'm saying. Can you imagine if you owned 80% of the offline merchants, that's like restaurants, boutiques, etc. on the street? Let's say you owned 80% in your local area because you've been very efficient and good in signing these merchants up. Now, if we have, in probably a year or 2 years from now, a lot more users of the coin in your local area, and they start spending coins, the company shares a coin kickback to you. Okay?
Yes.
Because you signed them up.
Woo! Nó trả bằng phôi luôn á. Cái mới chân vô.
I hope that you understand that when you're sleeping later, because everybody needs to sleep eventually, your work is working for you already, because people are still spending coins. So the more they spend coins, the more you make back in coins. And then it's up to you if you want to spend coins, if you want to sell coins, etc. So it becomes, it's microeconomy, the whole system. And this, I believe, is what is definitely happening in the next couple of years from now.
It's a macroeconomy.
Yeah.
It's not a micro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's macro.
Macro. But we start with micro, and then Corey goes out there and creates macro.
Yes!
You know, for me, it's really interesting to come here, because mainly I spend my time in Asia since the beginning of this. And of course, I'm a European. I mean, I'm born in a place called Stockholm, Sweden. And normally, you know, these kind of people don't decide to go and live in Asia. It's not a normal thing. But I decided to do that for a couple of reasons. One is people. You know, this project needs a lot of people. And who has the biggest people? Probably Asia, Africa, India, etc. So I started with that. And then also the mentality of the Asians is fantastic. Never sleep, only work. Never sleep, only work.
We love that.
So that's what Asia taught me. Never sleep, only work. But actually it gave a big result so far. We have to also understand that a 3-year-old network is still a baby. But we've added closing up to 3.5 million physical people around the planet in these 3 years. Now you go out there and you do any research on companies, whatever company it is, that has customers. And you say, how many customers did they actually get in, let's say, 3 years? 3 years of their beginning. Most big companies, not even Microsoft, made their first billion in the first 5 years. We did probably 5 times that, or more, in half the time. So something is quite good with what we're doing. And that is, I believe, digital products, digital future, digital. Because we have 2 types of life in this modern world. One is standing on this planet. The other one actually is in your phone.
Yes.
People spend more time on their phone today living their life than they do physically meeting people. It's quite interesting. And you know, in our generation, what do you think happens with the new generations? You know, our children, where, you know, a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old is on YouTube learning languages, learning how to communicate with people for the good and the bad. You know, the internet's not only good. But these new generations, they are the ones that are going to say, yeah, of course, you know, when I pay, do I think I use a piece of plastic? No. We talk about wallet space, okay? Does anybody have a wallet, a physical wallet in here? Physical wallet. I think everybody has a physical wallet to store, you know, money, like euros, dollars, this paper money. And then you have all your plastic cards, coins, pictures of your kids, whatever in there. Wallet space is something that people talk about. Because it's heavy, especially if you're, you know, a guy who like myself, I walk around in a suit. I don't want to have a big wallet because then it looks like this. You know? It's not very nice. So, the future, you won't need a wallet. The wallet you have is in your phone. That's already happening. The devices out there, like Apple, they're doing their own payment systems, but they work together with the credit card companies. So it's not evolving as fast as some people think. Now what we're doing is that we're using cryptocurrency, our own currency, the OneCoin project, to be that payment vehicle. And believe it or not, your children, hopefully in 10, 15 years from now, will be quite proud looking back at today, because they'll be older and you'll be older too, but they'll probably be using OneCoin or ONE to pay for stuff. And why will they use that? Because when we started a project in this cryptocurrency space, we wanted to be the biggest, the most used, and the less cost of transaction in terms of payments. For example, a plastic card with a Visa or a MasterCard, they charge on average around 3% per transaction. Have you noticed that sometimes when you're paying with a Visa or MasterCard, that the merchant is saying, oh, I have to add another 3% onto the bill? Why should you as a merchant have to pay for a payment platform? Why? You should not have to pay the payment platform to use your money to pay for goods and services. That's not how it works. But the merchants are forced today to put that on the invoice for you because they can't afford to pay it. Because they have to be competitive on price in terms of the actual product or service. So that was one of the ideas, definitely, to be the lowest in terms of transaction cost. Maybe transacting at around 1% for the merchant. Not for the user, for the merchant. So you will see that a lot of merchants who probably today come into this in DealShaker, they maybe not get the right pitch as of yet. The right pitch coming is to explain more about transaction costs. Talk to them on the benefit, why they should transact with OneCoin instead of Visa MasterCard, for example. Or bank wires that are becoming more and more expensive in terms of cost and time. So I believe we will see a bit of a catch-up effect. You know what a catch-up effect is? That is basically that now in the beginning, there's some merchants, 50,000, but the sooner that we get onto the public market, you will see a big step on a ketchup bottle and all the ketchup comes out. That is when all the merchants start really flowing into the system, because they get this, aha, now I get it. I get why I should be on this platform and why I should transact with these coins. But as pioneers, we work and we get benefited every single day by introducing these merchants at an early stage before the catch-up effect. And also us as networkers, we're very territorial normally. So what I'm saying is that you should be thinking about what territories are you identifying in your local country, your local region, your local city, your local town, and these merchants you should be working with onto the platform. How many in this room knows any type of business, a friend or family who works online with their business? You see, if you don't work online today, you're kind of out of the game. So most of the people are working online, especially with retail. Retail business online is a must. Otherwise you're dead. So it's quite interesting that online is where we spend most of our time. but it's also where we probably make most of our money too. Going back in the old days when you had to really go to work and you put your timesheet in the machine and you know that you're there at 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning and it stamps on a little sheet like that that you're there. You work for 10 hours and you stamp out and then you get your salary at the end of the month. These kind of businesses are already dying since a long time. Everything is evolving on the internet. It goes faster and faster. But I believe what we are doing is completely in the right direction of where the internet is going. Payments, payments, payments. Because if you don't pay, you cannot play. Okay? It's always like that. So, you are in a good situation with one life and with one coin. Definitely. Now, the road to success for the next 355 days is about you. It was about you 3 years ago also, but now it's more focused on time. Time is our biggest enemy. Nothing else. Time is our biggest enemy. How are you going to be efficient? Why are you going to go to the cinema? Can somebody else pick up the kids? Yes, you have to eat, of course. How many hours do you have to sleep? Moreover, how much time are you going to spend on your teams? Developing. Because there's going to come a day in about 355 days from now where you said, shit, why did I not put more effort in? Why did I not mine more coins? Why did I not make more commission? Now, in the beginning, when I was talking about cryptocurrency, and most people had no idea about this, because it was the beginning, I was trying to make it easy for people. So, trust, relationship are the biggest things in network marketing. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So, with trust and relationship, there's only two other questions in this project that are important and still valid today. And they are, how many coins are you going to have personally? And at what price are you going to sell these coins? I've said this over and over, but it's still valid today, this argument. It's still valid. And very much valid in the next 355 days. So, you take action, you will see results. Now, even more time, let's say, sensitive, is between today and the 15th of October. That's not many days left, right? Why is that? Because on the 15th of October, we have new packages in the system. The old packages are gone. Actually, they're not gone. Some are taken away completely from the system. But the content of the package has changed. Why is that? Because we are coming to an end of this project. Finally, we are actually coming to an end where we can say, we mined already so and so many coins, and now it's time to float this coin. So, as of the 15th of October, you will see the packages that we have in the system have less tokens and less splits. Which means, if you really understand what less is,
It's actually more.
you would start buying packages today.
Yes!
You know, I pushed the company so hard on saying, you know what, these guys are token hungry and they love splits, okay? They're like monsters. So they want more tokens, more splits. Okay, let's add another super split. I'm like, oh, what the fuck, what is this? What are we doing? And now, since I had a meeting with Dr. Ruja about a month ago, she's like, enough is enough, okay? It's not gonna work out if you keep doing this. I'm like, okay, less. So, as of the 15th of October, there'll be less tokens and less splits. And that is because there's already so many coins issued through the blockchain. So if we kept going like this, according to her calculations, there'd be no more coins left. And that is not a good thing. Because we as a network, yes, we should have most coins because we are supply. And we are definitely take out most coins. But we need also on the blockchain side some space for the afterlife, let's say, of this mining project. Okay? There needs to be space to grow for the ICO package that is actually only for people outside of the network. It's for anybody who does not want to learn about cryptocurrency but want to get some coins. These are not people we speak to because we want to educate people. I believe if you're going to do anything, make sure you know what you're doing.
Yes.
So education. Now coming back to that, education, of course, with the One Academy. Everybody knows about the One Academy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How many has actually done level 5 of the One Academy? Yeah? Not so many, huh? How many in the room has a tycoon package? Yeah, okay. So back to school, guys. Because there's a few chapters in the One Academy where you can also study about day trading and about how to blow up a chart and do trend lines. Now, trading with cryptocurrency is very much like trading with Forex, apart from a few things. So, when a country goes good or goes bad, that affects the Forex markets. Any good news in a market will, for that country, let's say the US dollar, will increase the US dollar against the euro, for example, or vice versa. Cryptocurrency does not have that problem at all. Cryptocurrency is only based on demand and supply. Demand and supply. Now, if it's only demand and supply, you still need to know how to draw trend lines. Otherwise, you can't do day trading. How many understand what day trading is? Okay. Now, day trading is something really interesting. If you want to sit in front of your screens and follow the market intensively and capture those arbitrage opportunities. Because some people really understand that trading, buying low, selling high strategy is also a way of making money. Not only networking. So there's so many opportunities with us where you can study more and learn how can you make more money. So money in this type of One Life umbrella is never an issue. It's quite nice to say that. It's quite nice to say money in One Life umbrella is never an issue. And why it's an umbrella? Because you can really make it rain. On many different levels. You can make it rain. There's many opportunities to make multiple income with this project. That's why I love it. And that's why I'm also not bored of coming to events after 3 years. And believe me, I've done so many events in the last 3 years. I think I aged about 20 years older than I am today. Just the flying, the talking to the people, communicating with everybody, educating them. It is hard work, but we do get paid for it. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So, for you guys who have not done the One Academy so intensively, I would recommend you at this stage also to think about that. Because there's income opportunities you can learn from there, and it will make you also more knowledgeable when you talk to people. Like, even when you talk to professional people, you need to know what you're talking about in terms of day trading and things like this, why you should come into cryptocurrency, why is this project more interesting than other projects. So I'm quite excited to really be here, of course, today, but I'm very excited about these last 355 days, because now it's like, wow, shit, it's coming together, finally, you know, it's really coming together. And what we're going to do in 2-3 years from now in One Life is completely different from what we're doing today. But we'll still have fun. Kari will still be, you know, dancing on stage and talking to all you guys here in Europe, maybe, or I don't know, even change continent to Africa. Or how it's going to look like is also exciting. We have no idea. I know there's a lot of potential out there for definitely growth. You know, just because we've done a bit more than 3 million people in 3 years doesn't mean we can add another 10, 15 million, etc. to the system. The system has no, let's say, technical problems for adding another 10, 15 million people. This we assured last year. There was a time when I was a bit scared. I was like, shit, you know, is it going to hold the system? You know, many other companies like in networks, you've seen that, especially startups, you've seen that the IT system, they're like, yeah, come on, just like add, the company owner says, add people to the system. You're like, yeah, okay, let's do that. And then you make a few meetings, all of a sudden, you know, 100 people become 1,000 people, become 10,000 people, become 100,000, become 1 million. And then the company owner goes, oh shit, we had an IT issue. What? What IT issue? Yeah, we lost 30,000 registrations. What? No. So that phase of this company has been way over. So we had that in the beginning, but now this system, what is built by Dr. Ruja and her team, I have to congratulate them because it's a monster of a system. So if we have a lot of people that we just want to put into the system like this, it's built for that kind of traffic. Which is amazing, and that takes a lot of expertise in IT, and I would like to congratulate the company. Okay, furthermore, I'd like to also, you know, we're going to do some more recognition today here, but before that I'd like to just say a few words about, you know, you good leaders out there. And I've been working with some of the very big top leaders here, and I've followed their progress, not only in results of people, but in the results in themselves as people. So the speakers that are on stage and that you've seen around the world for many, many months or many years, they are developing. So I really want to congratulate all of you, and I think you know who you are, that your stage performance has become so much better. Like in the beginning, as for everybody, including myself, we are always in the beginning new to something. We don't have the same confidence level. But today, when I saw Kari on stage, for example, I saw he's been working hard on his stage performance, on the content, etc., etc. And I see other leaders too who are growing on this. And yesterday, from the trainings I saw from Igor and Andrea, same thing there. So I'm really proud not only of the company and the project that we're doing. Moreover, today, and what motivates me more than anything else, really, is to see you guys grow.
Yes!
Now, growing as people is fantastic. I mean, it's like watching your children grow and develop, becoming new individuals, becoming confident, becoming strong, knowing what they're saying, because they're educated already. Now this is fantastic, and with such a strong team that we've built like this, where also a lot of personal development comes into play, what do you think One Life can do 5 years from now? Because it's not only you good European people, it's also people in Asia, people in India, people in Africa, people in South America, where we've trained not only about the products and services of this particular opportunity. It's about spending time with them, seeing them grow, pushing them to do meetings, pushing them to do events, pushing them to speak, taking away the fear in their bodies. And this is when they grow. So I believe, and I know you also know, that we have a pretty big army, let's say, of leaders out there worldwide. So whatever product we drop in to the umbrella of One Life, I'm pretty much can guarantee that it's going to be a success.
Yes.
And that is about the training system that we've built. It's not about the product, it's about the people. So take this time now, in the next 355 days, think about your teams. Think about how you can grow them, make them more professional and bigger. And then, of course, think about the opportunity for mining coins. Because that really is ticking. It's ticking, ticking, ticking.
It is 100% 1 year from now. It's 8th of October. Today is 8th of October.
Oh, today is 8th of October. Yeah, so it's 365 days.
100%.
Yeah, but before it goes on, right, there will be a stop in selling packages. Otherwise, the mining has to stop before the opening of the exchange, so everybody gets their coins. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's actually not 365 days. Yes, the date is there, 8th of October, in 1 year, but selling of packages will stop before that.
Yeah, correct.
So people can get their coins in time.
But we need to be specific. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing!
But that also means that, you know, if you're leaving, you know, either Portugal or staying in Portugal, but when you go to bed tonight, and you're thinking, yeah, but that's in 1 year from now, you know, like I can just like take it easy, focus on something else, watching TV, you know, waste my time. That's not going to work. That's not going to work at all for you. What's going to work is, oh shit, I need to make a plan. What's my daily goal? What's my daily goal to get as big team as possible, to get as many coins personally as possible in the next 355 days? These are the only things you have to focus on. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes.
So the plan is everybody has the same plan. It's a worldwide plan. It's very easy. It's all about you. Yeah? It's the easiest plan in the world. All about you. Now, just because we're in Europe doesn't mean that you have only Europe people in your teams. You know, the world is round, the world is big, but it's round. So if you know people in other countries, take that step, take that phone call, take that aeroplane, fly and see them, even if it's in Brazil, if it's in India, you know, if it's on the moon. I think we still can sign up people from the moon. You see what I'm saying?
Space.
So really fight every day to get this going. Because I know that if you're not going to do it, somebody else is definitely doing it and they're profiting. Okay?
Yep.
So what we're going to do right now is we're going to continue with the recognition. Okay? But before that, I'm going to go down and then I'm going to go up again. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. And I hope to see you.